Hey guys, welcome back Nerdy Movie fans. I'm reviewing The Black Phone 2. This one was actually really cool. So my expectations for this one is I thought it was going to be really good, but I wasn't sure if I was going to go into it, or really I wasn't sure if I was going to leave liking it better than the first one, but it turns out that's exactly what happened. I like this more than the first one, and the thing is, the first one was really, really good. This one doesn't discredit the first one at all. This one just added a lot more layers to the story, the character development, and the depth and the lore of the Grabber and the world of Black Phone. So I actually really like what was done with this one. So before we get into it, of course, I have just a small amount of merch from the franchise. So of course, I have the Blu-ray copy of the first one, the Black Phone. I don't know if they make a 4K of this one. I haven't really looked into it to see if there is one. But it is really cool to have on Blu-ray. So I have the movie, and then we have this Funko Pop from the Black Phone, and this one's kind of interesting. If you can see around the character, kind of and around the box, just almost like this silver trim, if you can see it. So I don't know if this is some unspecified exclusive. I believe I found this at Box Lunch, so I don't know if it's supposed to be exclusive or not. I just noticed the silver trim, and I haven't noticed that with any of the others, so I just thought it was a pretty cool pop to have. So we got that, and then of course with the new movie out in theaters now, they have the cup for the second one, promoting the second movie. So this one's actually really cool. It's a little pricey, not too outrageous for what you expect to pay at the movie theaters, but it is a really neat cup. So it's almost rubbery. So the only thing is, I wouldn't leave it in the dishwasher, or at least if you're gonna wash with hot water, I would just be careful washing this part because it is rubber. This outer part is kind of rubber too. So this is just, I would recommend hand washing this just because of the rubber. I haven't put it in the dishwasher, and I'm not going to, just because I don't want to mess it up. And the red on here is already on the product. This was not it getting dirty. This is just how the cup is. So I thought it's pretty cool. So with this one, what's pretty interesting is Mason Thames has sort of become a rising star as of late. He's got multiple projects coming out this year. I believe he has at least a couple movies coming out next year. He's working on movies now. He's just really busy, and rightfully so because he's such a good actor. But the thing with the Black Phone is the whole cast is really good. And the best part about this movie is it doesn't sort of just copy the first one where every character is still the same. In this movie, everyone sort of has evolved from where the first movie left them. So when the movie picks up, we see Finn. He's messing with kids. He's bullying the bullies, pretty much. And because obviously the actor, he's older, he's bigger, he's just a stronger character for this movie. And so in the last one, we sort of see him as the bullied kid, the scared bullied kid who can't really do much for himself except for defeat the Grabber. So now in this one, even in his home with his father just beating them, I mean, his father dominated the household. And this one, Finn kind of dominates the household. The dad kind of walks in saying, "Hey, Finn, I'm doing this or that." Finn's like, okay. Like, he doesn't mess with Finn. That's sort of the vibe I was getting from their dynamic in this movie, where Gwen, his sister, is really concerned with him. So she plays a very different role in this one. I would almost say she takes the center focus of the film, which I think worked out. Just because Mason Thames is so busy. I don't know if it was a scheduling thing where he was sidelined a little bit in this, or if that's just the story they were going for. But Gwen is basically our main character in this movie, and it gets really good because she has a really neat story. So basically, Finn, after we saw what happened to him in the first one, he's just sort of retreated into himself in this movie. He's just this angry, rebellious kid. He's not opening up to anyone. He doesn't want to talk about it, and if anyone who tries messing with him about it, he's gonna beat them. And that's what he did with a kid at school. And so Gwen is sort of playing the supportive role. Obviously, in the first movie, she had dreams that were giving her clues to the case, but she wasn't abducted in the first one. So she doesn't have that trauma part of the experience of trying to defeat the Grabber. So she's just trying to support her brother, who is already doesn't want her help, basically. And so we have a really interesting bond between them, where their dad also is trying to be sober. So their dad is actually trying to become a better person, and he's kinder to them in this one. So seeing that their characters have actually progressed from the first one was really, really neat. It was a breath of fresh air, and it was great. And what Gwen has her dreams. This is where the story plot is sort of focused around. Is she's getting dreams of this camp out in the mountains and tells Finn, hey, we gotta go check this out. And so they reluctantly do. They bring Ernesto along. So the actor that played Robin in the first one, turns out he actually plays Robin's younger brother, Ernesto, in this movie. So it was a way to bring the actor back while giving him a different character while still being connected to his role in the first one. So I thought it was a really cool way to incorporate it. And it's funny because Ernesto sort of has a thing for Gwen. So of course there's that dynamic between him and Finn that's just sort of different, obviously. So Ernesto's just trying to protect her. He likes her. He's just this nice kid. You do get sort of these feelings in the beginning where it's like, oh, he's a nice guy. He's probably a little too nice. He's probably a bad guy. He's not. He's just a nice character. So that was really cool. So when these three characters go up to the mountains, it's snowed in. The kids aren't going to show up for a few days. The kids that were supposed to attend this youth camp. All these characters are snowed in. There's a few others. There's this camp counselor who's there. There's two people that run the office, and then there's Mustang, this lady who's, I guess, kind of basically security is kind of the role I guess she plays. So we have just a handful of characters in this place where this phone booth that's supposed to be out of service is continuously ringing, where they're getting glimpses and little bits of information about the grabber. So basically Gwen, being the main character, she's the one getting all these visions. And the sort of difference in this movie is in the last one, she was getting visions of something that has already happened, or she's getting visions of locations. In this movie, the grabber is reaching through her dreams to try to attack her. So it's a very supernatural side to the story. So the supernatural elements is a big step up from the elements it had in the first one. So if you wanted it to stay completely grounded, where he's just a creep who likes killing children, you're not going to get that in this one because his stories evolve so much. He's just a supernatural threat that's attacking her in her dreams. Of course, in her dreams, Finn isn't around to help her. And so that's the punchline for this movie, is Finn is still his target, but targeting Gwen is how he's targeting Finn. He's trying to hurt him by hurting who he loves. So Gwen becomes the main character for this movie, while the background part of the storyline, the backbone of the story, is still the grabber versus Finn. That's the backbone of why the things of this movie are happening. And so as these visions progress, she's being attacked left and right. The attacks keep progressing, but she's also seeing these kids that are trying to reach out to her. Kind of like how the kids reached out to Finn in the first one through the phone. In this one, the dreams are how these kids are communicating with Gwen, where they're basically trying to tell her, hey, if you find our bodies and put us to rest, then the grabber has no power. And the characters learn that, and that's the thing they're going with. That's what they're running with, is if they can find the bodies of these three children he killed way back when, then the grabber will just die. And so it's a really interesting plot because it's so different from the first one, but it's still really neat. And so as the first half of the movie is about the family's dynamic and going up to the mountains and trying to figure out what these dreams are about, the grabber, I don't really think he gets any screen time until the second half of the movie, even though his voice is sort of sporadic in there. So he definitely plays the looming background threat in this one, whereas the first one, he's just kind of one of two main cast members, whereas this one, he's sort of backlined or sidelined a little bit. But I think it works because it creates that less is more feeling as the grabber, as far as the grabber's presence in this film is concerned. So I really like how that was handled. Something else that I just wanted to mention, this movie already had a great direction, and the cast did a really great job. But being up in the snowy mountains, just the cinematography was just beautiful. I mean, there were some amazing shots overhead of mountains, of the lake, of the snowstorms. I mean, the cinematographer for this film did a phenomenal job. I mean, it was just incredible. So I just wanted to put that out there too. This movie didn't need to be some complicated thing where you have to really stretch and suspend your disbelief to kind of understand it. This is just a simple movie. What I mean by simple is it was just good writing, it was good acting. That's what made this movie so freaking good. This isn't some, well, if you think about this in this context, then these blend together and then it makes it. It's none of that. This is just a really good movie, plain and simple. So, as we move on with the plot, with all the dreams happening, trying to defeat the Grabber in her dreams becomes the story for what the characters are trying to do, what they're trying to accomplish. And so, we get this really intense final act where, as Gwen is trying to stay awake, but she falls asleep because she's so tired, because they're pretty much staying up all day during the day, trying to find the bodies of these missing children. And so as Gwen falls asleep, the Grabber is trying to attack people now in the present, not just in her dreams, but he can affect the real and the now. And so that's happened before in this film, but he's attacked like one person or maybe affected one thing. Now he's just attacking everyone on the ice while they can't help Gwen at all. And the cool part about this movie is Finn, as the Grabber is ice skating around, this is where this climax is on the ice. He's ice skating around, and so some of the characters can see the tracks of him ice skating. Finn can see it, and so it's really cool how he gets to now take the fight to the Grabber, even though he's been just in Gwen's dreams all this time. Now he's in the present trying to attack them because they're close to finding these bodies. So this was a way to have Gwen be the main character for the movie, but Finn also get to fight the Grabber in the end as well, since it is his villain originally. So it doesn't really take a turn where Finn is the only one fighting him or Gwen is the only one fighting him. They sort of team up to take him down. And this one also had multiple layers to the story as well, because one thing I didn't want to spoil is Finn and Gwen, their parents have this sort of connection to the Grabber as well, which is revealed in a pretty neat plot twist. So this doesn't just become Finn being the victim of the Grabber, this becomes the family is being tormented by the Grabber. And so as the dad in the final act finally decides to help out, he's finally, I think, reached his redemption point in this movie. So, or in the franchise, really. So it's the family against the Grabber, and everyone else around is attacking him too. And the Grabber is finally defeated with the bodies of these children. Also, there goes help Gwen as well. So the children get to fight back, Gwen gets to have some good hits on him, and Finn gets to kind of be the one to get the final hit, I guess, technically. So it was a team effort between all the characters that have been tormented by him. And so this is wrapped up in a nice ending. I don't think they're going to do another, but if this one makes a bunch of money, the studio will probably want another, because that's just how it works these days. So overall, I really did enjoy this movie a lot. I mean, the acting was incredible. I thought the script was really good. It was really strong. Cinematography was beautiful. Everything just sort of felt like it was worth investing into a sequel because of the progression from all the characters. That's just an annoying thing for me when you have a sequel come out and the characters are just written the same way. Like, there's no development whatsoever. They're just written exactly the same way. So that just bores me sometimes. Now, sometimes it can work if it's done really well, but in this movie, having them all progress and change a little bit, grow from where they were before, I think that's what made this plot and script so strong, is the direction that the characters went in. So yeah, I really like this. I would recommend checking it out, guys. I mean, if you're a fan of any members of the cast, or especially a fan of the first film, this one's going to be worth checking out. You also got theater merch. You can get the cup if you want. There's all kinds of stuff you can purchase. You can get the movie if you don't have it on physical media already. So I checked this one out, guys. I mean, this was really, really good. The acting was insane. And this is, I don't know if it's going to be my favorite for the year, but it definitely, I think, would probably reach top 10. I mean, it's definitely in there. So this one is really, really strong. Then for a sequel, this is probably one of the strongest horror sequels I've seen in a long time. So check it out, guys. Thanks for watching my review of this movie. Let me know if you watch it. Let me know in the comments what you thought. Thanks, guys. Keep it digging.